and thank you everyone for attending this session at 5 p.m. on what has been a very rainy Friday. I was saying to the guys, we're kind of like the in-between session, so thank you very much for coming. My name's Alex. I'm the gaming lead here at YouTube Australia. I work with creators like these amazing three to help them grow their channel and go global. But let me introduce them, as they're far more interesting than myself. We got Josh, Amber, and Jordan, aka JoshDub, PaladinAmber, and Eystreem. Maybe we'll give them a little round of applause. Together they represent over 15 million subscribers on YouTube, are very nice people, and as I said just before, may also be the shortest panel ever to be collated at PAX, myself included.
I wish they turned me on yet.
So some quick intros if you don't know them. I think we've got a few fans here today, but introducing Josh, or JoshDub, or Dub Daddy. Yeah, one of Australia's most influential creators. He manages to run not one but two YouTube channels, as well as being a fifth of the boys, another hugely successful channel. Josh started his career producing music in his bedroom before eventually moving on to YouTube to create VR content, which is where we sort of saw him popping off over the last few years. Introducing Jordan, otherwise known as Eystreem. He started creating Minecraft content on YouTube at just 9 years old. Hi, Molly. Thanks, mate. At 16, he became the youngest Australian gamer to surpass 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and at 20 years of age, he has nearly 6 million subs on the platform, while also running his own production company and making me feel really bad about what I was doing at 20 years of age as well. Amber, PaladinAmber, started her career as an online gaming influencer, streaming from a PlayStation on a beanbag in her lounge room. I don't know why you stopped, that sounds pretty fun to me. To now dual PC streaming, gaming, and collaborating on YouTube with some of the best female creators on the platform.
My lady.
Yeah, the girls. As well as becoming one of 3 female-sponsored Red Bull gamers and a Razer partner. What she lacks in height, she makes up for with her witty comebacks and hilarious gameplay clips. So maybe we'll do another round of applause for our wonderful creators here today. So we're going to have a bit of a chat about their channels, where they've come from, and what we can expect to see next. But first, I do want to start with Josh and Amber. The last time I saw you both, it was a rainy late night in Adelaide. We're enjoying a drink, and you're both moderately freaking out about going in a jet plane the next morning. Tell me about when you go and do something like that, how you think about what kind of video you create out of the back of it and how you go and create the content. But more importantly, tell me who freaked out more.
I had to go first, so I don't think my mic's on, but that's fine. It's fine. I had to go first, but I think Josh was the most scared because by the time that he actually got in, everyone else was shaking. And I remember you looking at Matt and being like, do I really have to sit on the booster seat? And that was it. That solidified for you how scared you actually were.
Yeah, so I mean, just to catch people up, it was Amber that set this one up. So on deciding how to do this video, she's obviously got a lot of hookups with Red Bull, and Red Bull basically got in a meeting with us, and we're like, let's do something crazy. We have a stunt plane, and we're like, okay, let's do the stunt plane thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why I agreed to that because it was the most anxious I've ever been.
Did you throw up?
No, Eddie threw up.
Mully also threw up, actually.
Mully threw up, but he did it off camera, but we sent someone in to film him in the toilet, so.
Yeah, I think we just really knew we wanted to make it a challenge and an experience, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, right? To go into a full aerobatic plane and experience G-force, and we just knew that the only way we could do that is to see who didn't throw up and who didn't pass out. So we just based the entire video around that. And
it was the worst video I've ever done, by far.
So Amber, do you find it helpful if you can just go and approach brands with crazy ideas?
Sorry, what was that? Can you talk into?
Do you find it, oh yeah, it wasn't on. Do you find it helpful that you can actually just go and approach bands like Red Bull with these crazy ideas as YouTubers, and you can actually get a bit of traction with them and they'll listen to you?
Yeah, I think creating content it's all about freedom and expression, right? So for me, it's we were even talking about, not to give away too many good ideas, but being put in the back of a van and trying to make clay pots, you know, and Red Bull was like, well, we can get you a supercar driver for that. So I think having them being as open and receptive to like cool, but also potentially dangerous ideas.
Yeah,
is
they
really
don't
fun.
care about our safety or
No,
well-being.
they didn't. They were
That's
like,
very
just whack
clear.
a helmet on them, they'll be sweet. But yeah.
And then it's, you know, messaging you and saying, hey, we've done this thing that puts us all at risk. Can we run ads on it?
Yes.
Let's do we'll do demonetization questions later. Well, turning to you, Jordan, I've got some exciting news. In 2022, you are the #1 Aussie YouTube gaming channel. So congratulations. I think that's a pretty... Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's pretty amazing considering Jordan's 20 and has just had this astronomical rise that we've been witnessing over the last few years. But it feels like that's probably the right time to go right back to the beginning in your first ever video, which I watched the other day, and everyone highly recommend going and watching Eystreem's first video. I think it was you were pointing a webcam at the monitor and filming a roller coaster setup in Minecraft. So safe to say things have changed a little bit. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that journey, sort of where you came from.
I don't think it was even a webcam. It was like a $100 laptop, and it was a VHS film camera that I had pointed at, and it had like a cassette. I think that was what they were called, and then I would burn the cassette onto like the PC because that was the only like form of video capture my family had.
Did you say a cassette? I think they were called.
Wait,
I'm a bit younger than you guys.
Oh yeah, you are a bit younger than
why
us.
did you have a cassette tape laying around if you're like 20? Didn't you have like an Elgato capture card or something by then?
I was like 9 years old.
What?
So this is all we had. We had like a cassette handheld video camera which I pointed at the screen. And I mean, from there, I really want to make videos because I think, so this was back in 2012. I was like in year 4, I think. And there was like Sky Does Minecraft and like Dan TDM stuff. And obviously, you know, it's like every kid wants to be like a YouTuber. And I was like, I want to be a YouTuber. Well, I mean, that was kind of the reason. The other reason was my dad made videos and he was like, I made $20. I'm like, I want to make $20.
Your dad did YouTube?
Yeah.
That's
I just made,
awesome.
like,
What's
these
his channel?
fun little videos.
That's so cool.
And so I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. And so I started making videos, like a lot of videos, like maybe 1 or 2 a week. And I just make them on like different things in Minecraft. And I think it took like maybe 4 or 5 years, and I got like my first 1,000 subscribers. So that was like 4 or 5 years of just making videos nonstop. And after that, I was like, I give up. And I gave up, and I didn't do any videos for like an entire year. And then I was like, maybe this is something I actually want to like try properly. And I was like, you know what, I'll give this a go. Like, I'll actually like plan it and I'll come up and figure out how I'm going to do the videos. And from there onwards, it was kind of like, it just happened all at once. So I was probably like in year 9 and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this properly. And I started making like 3 videos a week and I was like, I'm going to do 3 videos every week. And we did that for like the next 3 years. And then I would like get my school friends to help with videos. And at first it was just unpaid labor. And I'd be like, hey, why did you just like, edit this or like do this? And it's like, because it'll be fun.
You're saying year 9?
Yeah.
So it's technically child labor.
Yeah, literally child labor.
Yeah.
Free child labor, actually.
It just depends how you phrase it.
Yeah.
It was entertainment.
Steve Jobs did it, so it can't be that bad. Oh wait, there's an audience. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so I was doing that, and then after I finished year 12, I was like, oh, we're gonna do this. I think I got 1 million subscribers in year 9, and then we were at 2 million subscribers by the time I finished year 12, so it was like 18. No, 3 million? I don't know, somewhere around there.
Jesus.
But now we run, so all of the people I like hired in school, plus a lot of other people, we started a production company. And so we run like a couple of channels now, and we make somewhere between like 5 and 8 videos a week.
Nice.
And yeah, so it's pretty crazy, this entire journey.
And you're only 20. Thank you. That's actually really, really important and makes us feel really, really bad.
That's impressive.
But
Oh yeah, man.
you're also meant to tell people it's really easy to get subscribers on YouTube and really easy to get started. Don't need to grind for years and years to get 1,000.
You do if you're 9. My voice is very high.
Well, Josh, you've also done pretty well over the years, a few subs here and there, top global trending YouTuber in 2020, I think it was. Yeah, tell us a bit about your journey as well. I love always hearing the backstory, but also hearing that kind of light bulb moment when you're like, oh, I think I might have made it, or I think I could make a career out of this.
Yeah, well, I was working in a factory for 10 years, almost like to the day, just driving forklifts and making milk. It was a milk factory. I wasn't making milk. I wasn't extracting it either. Hang on, let me start that bit again.
What kind of factory and milk?
Look, there was milk at the factory, all right? Let's not go into the details. And then, yeah, it was just, VR was like this new thing, and I thought it was super cool, and I don't know, I go to watch like VR videos on YouTube, and a lot of them were like, well, this has like 4,000 pixels, and like, blah, 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 you know, tech stuff, and I was like, you know, jumping into VR with your friends with the full body movements, it really brings like, I don't know, another layer of expression to it. No, you're good. Help me out as much as you can. And I don't know, I started uploading with that stuff, and the time that I realized, I started paying attention to the analytics and seeing what was working and what wasn't working. And yeah, I never really thought it was going to go anywhere, but the day that I did was probably when I made like my month factory wage in one day from YouTube. That's when I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So, yeah.
Nice. And did you like invest in a setup, or
yes,
like go buy yourself something nice?
Yeah, I bought a lot of VR stuff that my dad was like, what are you doing, man? That's a dumb idea. Go back to the milk factory. Keep messing with the cows or something. Yeah. Factories driving a forklift's a real job, you know, not cracking wise cracks on the internet. So.
You showed him.
Huh?
You showed him.
Yeah. Kind of.
He's still
Sort
like,
of.
get back to the
He has a
milk
point.
factory.
Yeah, he has a point.
Jordan, did you have like a moment where you were like, I think, you know, we can do this forever?
Oh, a moment to do it forever. I think I actually was really undecided about it. So I could have done it as a full-time job probably in year 9, but I have very strict Asian parents, and they were like, you are going to school and you're going to smash your VCE and then you're going to smash uni. And so it was actually, I finished my VCE and I still hadn't decided whether or not I was going to go to uni or I was going to pursue YouTube full-time as my career. And I think at that point I was looking at like the job paths in uni and stuff like that, and the paths that I wanted to go down. And I realized, like, kind of like Josh, right? I was like, oh, well, I'm already like making that. Like, why would I go do that? And so it took me a really long time for me to be like, oh yes, I'm gonna do this full time. And I probably decided like near after my exams finished for year 12, I was like, okay, we're just gonna do it and hope it works. But yeah, that was my moment.
Nice. Amber, you're a little bit sort of newer to the, heavy into YouTube world. Have you had your moment yet?
I've had my moment within building things that I love. And I say that because, like, success to everyone is different. You know, for you, Josh, it was not working and milking cows, and for me, it's working with some of my favourite people
I
ever.
said I didn't milk cows. It was like the one thing. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, but you said it so certainly. It's like, I know you milked a cow, bro.
I milked one cow once, but forget it.
But yeah, I think for me, it's about, like, one of the biggest points of success is loving what I do and doing it every day. And that means more to me. I mean, I used to work in OSHA. So I used to be like, oh yeah, that building's bad, condemn it. Like, so anything that's not that for me is like, oh, that's success, you know?
That's a nice segue then. You've recently started working together with some pretty amazing female creators.
Yes,
it's part of a
ladies.
group called The Girls.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, how that's going, and how does it feel to go from sort of individual creator to, I guess, team collaboration?
I think it's tricky because each creator has a strength, and I think we're all so funny in our own way, but it's like a sisterhood where we're like, well, you borrowed my shirt, and I'm like, okay, but I'll give it back, So we are, like, it's about building trust and friendship with each other, and then that kind of comes through with it. Like, I think for me, The Girls means a lot to younger girls, but it also means a lot to people who are interested in like watching that more laid back style of humor as well. Because I find a lot of the time it's a real battlefield for anyone on this like platform, but especially anyone starting up a girls group. It's like you'll have people who will pit each other against each other, but we've got our backs. My ladies got my back and I got their back, so.
Yeah.
Girl power.
Yeah, fuck the boys. No, I'm kidding. Wait, is this televised? No, I'm kidding.
Well, like we've talked about this a bit about, you know, the success you see in groups like Sidemen on YouTube, which are, you know, pretty male, pretty masculine. So I think it's awesome what you're doing and how you're sort of taking I don't know, do I say the high road a little bit?
The high road.
In the content, so yeah. Looking forward to seeing what's next. Sounds like it involves cars and clay pots or something, based on what
I
you said
would give
before.
my trade secrets away, but then somebody else would do that video, and then we all know how that goes.
All right, Jordan, maybe we'll have a little bit of a chat about sort of Minecraft, which is obviously very central to your YouTube experience. You know, Minecraft passed 1 trillion views on YouTube last year. I think we sent you a hoodie for it as part of the celebrations. Why it's basically been the top game on YouTube ever since it began. Like, why do you think that is? And I think, do you think it will continue to be popular? You know, with new generations of fans coming through.
Well, Minecraft is a pretty incredible game. Minecraft has definitely gone through its phases. It was like cool, and then it was really not cool. And I was doing Minecraft in my teens when it was really not cool. And so being a Minecraft YouTuber was like just
Shameful.
not cool at all.
I've got some bad news for you, dude.
It's still not cool.
I'm joking.
Man, I'm pretending it's cool now. But I think it kind of went through the phase, and now it's like it's like the veteran, like it's a legacy game. Like
Minecraft's blowing up. It
Yeah.
seems to like go through cycles.
So it kind of goes through cycles, Minecraft does, but I think it will always have an audience, especially with our younger generation. It will always, because it's basically like Lego, but unlimited, and it only costs like $20 instead of a
every
Lego set,
platform.
which is like, you know, $100 for like 10 pieces.
Yeah.
So I think Minecraft has unlimited creativity, and so with that means I think it's going to stick around for a long time. It'll go up and down, but it's always going to be popular. And I mean, I love the game, and even people are using it for like crazy things. People will build like computers, or they're actually using it. They just used it to cure a form of cancer in the US, which is pretty incredible. So Minecraft, I think, is going to be around for a very long time.
Did you guys ever get into Minecraft, Josh, Amber? No, not cool enough for you?
I was going to ask, have you tried it in VR?
I've
'Cause
been
it
wanting
is-
to try it in VR.
It is actually... Oh, no, I can't really swear, can I? Can I swear?
This is
It's fucking tip-top, dude. Yeah, try it in VR, like, seriously.
I'm worried I'm going to get like sick. And, like,
You will get sick, yeah.
Oh, great.
You'll get sick. It's like it's drinking tequila, but you're in Minecraft, so...
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That doesn't really go with the family-friendly brand I have going on.
They won't know. My audience doesn't know when I'm drinking tequila.
are we getting a collab then? VR
Collab.
times. I like
I'll
it.
need to have like a PG warning in front of
Yeah,
my
you want to
videos
keep
now.
your ads. He wants to keep his
Yeah, I like
monetization
having
status.
accents from
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Look, we think Minecraft's very cool, and he's the #1 channel
That's
in
true.
Australia.
I'll get you monetized.
I mean, like, let's be honest, this panel's probably getting demonetized.
Yeah.
Thanks to you. Well, Josh, you started the boys' channel I think it was a couple of years ago now, and as 1/5 of the boys' channel,
Yeah.
and representative here on the panel today. I think one of the biggest measures of success on YouTube is when you upload a piece of content and then you see people pretty much copy it straight away.
Yeah.
I was referencing ones like the Clown Motel video recently, which then, you know,
It blew up, yeah.
Yeah, a huge clump of people went there and, you know, tried to do similar things. How do you and all the boys like keep coming up with these original ideas? And, you know, I'm not blowing smoke, but I think you come up with some really cool ideas. Like, talk us through the process. Like, where do you come up with these things?
Look, me and the boys, we work together, but we're really just like a group of best friends. And it's just one of those things where we realize like we're in the position like where we can just be like, hey, what have you always wanted to do? And then we can just do that and get paid for it. So it's like, have you always wanted, like, I've always wanted to buy some cars and smash them together, and we just film it, and then that's just, you know, that's like an idea. Or, hey, do you want to go you ever wanted to get beaten up by a tiny Russian in a hotel room in Sydney, and that's how we met Hasbullah? Or, you know, what would it be like if we bought 40 pounds of butter and smothered someone in it? And there's really not much thought that goes into it. It's really like the video comes out and then we're like, we shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I wish I had more to give. Yeah, it's not like we're all, like there's a team of analytics like going on like what's trending and stuff. It's like, this would be hilarious. And then, yeah.
Okay. So like Jordan, you might not want to collab with Josh based on what he's just said.
Family friendly and then covering people in butter
Yeah.
doesn't really work.
Is there a butter mod for Minecraft? Because we might be able to do something.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Well, Amber, talk a little bit more about the girls. And I know we've got some of the other creators here today. Like, that's a lot more recent. So obviously you're sort of starting out and you're kind of at the beginning. You know, how did you think about starting something from scratch? And like, you know, why did you guys decide to get together as well?
Well,
Or girls.
like a couple of us girls had started collaborating together, just gaming and stuff. And I think because we've all got mutual interests and we all, you know each other in the space. Like once you start like really hanging out with people, you meet somebody who's met somebody and then you kind of click. And it was a natural evolution for most of us girls to just go, well, we like creating content and we all have a really good time. And most of the time we could hardly ever breathe when we came out of VR together because we started filming VR videos together to begin with on our own separate channels and we were like, that's too much, I get way too much motion sickness, what do we do? And then we were like, oh, well, the boys exist. Why not just,
Leech off
the
them.
girls, you know? And so, yeah, we just kind of, it took a lot of thought because we really didn't want it to be, a rip-off of the boys, sorry. We didn't, sorry Josh.
Apology not accepted.
So we wanted to make it so it's like, you know, what is something that we can bring that is different where it's like, it's still girls content and stuff that we do is still, it's for girls in some respects, but it's for everyone, so, yeah.
Going off script, do you think that that's like one of the trends for the future of like creators at the moment is getting into supergroups or whatever it might be?
I mean, I think it would be fun if it is because then we could stick each other all in a really big oval and fight to the death and see who survives.
What the fuck kind of answer was that?
I
What
mean
the hell?
also like, well, it's for a video, Josh.
I'm not collaborating with you anymore.
It's the Hunger Games, but it's YouTubers, you know? No, I think definitely because this industry can be a little bit isolating in sometimes. Like, I mean, every creator has gone through ebbs and flows where we feel sort of like you're just working, you're pumping out stuff for yourself, and it can feel very lonely. I think working with people that you love and that you like have a general respect for is only the next step to creating really good content. So, yeah, I think it's the next trend.
Yeah, and particularly like we've had 2 years of pandemic lockdowns. It's probably not surprising that people are looking to get together. And I know it's been a tough time for creators, along with a lot of people, in terms of the loneliness and whatnot.
Yeah.
But how about you, Jordan? Any collaboration plans in the future? We know it is a relatively successful tactic in the Minecraft space. Or if you don't want to answer that, you can just tell me what you thought of Dream's face reveal.
I think you'll find that a lot of Australian creators, as you could imagine, are not family friendly. So it does make it a little bit tricky for us. A lot of the other Minecrafters are in the US, so, and I'm not really keen on waking up at like 1 a.m. to film a video. So we tend to not collaborate too much with the other content creators. What we'll sometimes do is we'll do like cameos and things, which is fun. But actually, all of the Minecraft creators, pretty much, most of them in Australia that are kind of like doing YouTube full time, are part of Spawn Point Media, which is our company where we all film videos together. And so that's everyone in Australia. So that's really great because it's kind of like the group. We don't have like an official name, but we all do videos together, and we all film in like the same office building. So like, when you film, you can hear the other people screaming from like down the stairs, and then we'll have like, you know, like our admin person in the middle, and I'll just hear it like full volume, like we're yelling at like some Minecraft block.
You got like a full professional operation going on.
Well,
That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, the thing was is we wanted to make Minecraft content with other people, but in Australia it's really tricky because the internet sucks.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'd be like trying to place a block, and you know, someone place it, and like 10 seconds later, it's appeared on the other person's screen. So we're like, oh, well, we'll have to get everyone together in order to do it. So, I mean, that's how we do it. Just because, yeah.
I like how you said, no, you don't collab, that you went and explained how you have a full collaboration set up in an office officially and, you know, made into a company. So
It's just a fancy way of saying you have a content house.
Yeah.
You know, you're in a group, I'm sorry.
Branding, we can't say we're separate people.
well, we've been at PAX for the first time in 3 years. Aside from, you know, seeing a lot of people for the first time in a while, has anything got you really excited about being here? Anyone you've, you know, pumped to see? Amber, start with you.
Well, I did see Laserbeam this morning, so that was exciting. I think I'm just excited to see everyone really, because it's been, what has it been now, 3 years? Since
You just said that, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It has been 3 years, so I'm just like, I mean, I don't leave my house that often, so I'm just excited to be out, you know. I don't know. Are you guys excited? Who are you excited to see?
You passing the question on to me?
I am.
Okay,
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
You're staring at me. It's making up.
Well, I'm excited to see you.
Are you?
No.
that's
I'm
a big
excited to, I don't know, I was keen to see all the boys because obviously half of our crew is over in America, so it's great for everyone like to see each other. And like I've always loved coming to PAX, even before I did YouTube. It's great being around like-minded people and seeing like what's happening in the industry and, you know, having a bunch of people that are somehow more socially awkward than me. And yeah, I don't know, it's great for like networking, meeting other creators and everything like that, and doing weird stuff like this that I've never done before and I'm slightly regretting right now. And yeah,
It's going great. We're doing great.
Yeah, doing great. I love PAX.
What about you, Jordan?
Things I'm excited for. I'd say I'd be glad to just get out of the house, but as a gamer, I don't really spend much time out of the house either. Actually, yeah. The good thing about COVID actually was like, you know, there was like a set time to walk. Like in Melbourne, we had an hour of walking time, I think.
Jesus.
Yeah, we had an hour allocated walking time or something like that. But now, see, my girlfriend can get me to go walking anytime, and I like sitting at my computer and playing Minecraft. So, I don't know. I suppose this, until, yeah, I got up here and now I'm regretting it.
It's a hard question because none of us leave our houses.
Yeah.
Okay, good feedback. Well, we'll try something a little sillier then. Might regret asking it, but have you ever tried to make any videos that you just were like, I can't upload that, that's going to get me in a ton of trouble? Or
Me?
That's more
I'm mainly looking at you,
definitely
Josh,
over
yes,
here.
but it is an open question. Jordan or Amber can answer that as well. Or any just like, you know, you've gone to make a video and it's just completely failed and you've just had to chuck it in the bin.
I'll go. I think with enough editing and like harassing the YouTube guys, you can put anything up there. Like anything can go up there with enough like, you know, censoring and stuff like that. But we have been threatened legal action by Nikocado when we implied that he might eat a baby for his final mukbang in a VR chat video. And a tow truck driver got very upset with us when he realized that we were playing a prank, which I didn't think was going to be that much of a surprise because we gave him a totaled car and Mully said that he hit a squirrel with it, which don't even exist in Australia. But he said, if I see this video online, you're in big trouble. But we still put that up. And yeah, I mean, like we just roll the dice.
The sky is the limit, is
The
what
sky's
you're
the
saying.
limit, yeah.
Amber, have you?
Oh, and when we did the stunt plane video, they got very angry at us for...
Crushing, yeah.
Well, because I ran to a helicopter to chase Eddie in a stunt plane, which is a weird sentence to say, but they got very upset with us because we were running and screaming along an active
Tarmac, yeah.
runway, which is apparently a bad thing to do on an airfield, yeah.
It does
So-
seem fair to get a little annoyed.
Yeah, bad stuff, yeah.
Amber, any vids that have just can't see the light of day?
nothing that we've been like, oh my God, we can't put that on the internet. I mean, maybe there has been, but I say more so like we've had, I mean, the very first video that the girls did together, some of us had some technical difficulties, and it was like 3 videos that we had to be like, well, they're all bad, we can't use them. So there's always times where it's like, whether it be technical difficulties or it's things where you're like, maybe I shouldn't show me throwing up for 3 minutes, like, you know, but yeah, Josh is right. The sky's the limit with YouTube. You can just about get away with it.
Yeah, it's like the demonetization thing isn't as bad, I
No.
think, as like,
It's gotten a lot better.
as Eddie says.
It used to be awful.
No, it's like you can work around it and stuff like that. I mean, YouTube wants you to put stuff on there and have it
Yes.
monetized.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, all the new tools have made it a lot easier.
yeah.
Well, in that case, where do you, like, I mean, you've all been able to actually use YouTube really successfully over the last few years. That's not in doubt. Where do you see it going over the next 5 years? Do you think it's going to change at all? Open question.
For me?
I keep looking at you, but maybe it's the beanie. Anyone can answer.
I think it is going to be, it's going to become more of a like, I mean, I personally see it being, it is the platform for content, right? Like when you want to watch something, like even movies nowadays, I'll go and rent a movie on YouTube more so than I will on Netflix because I know
you
that it's
actually
on
do
there.
that?
Yes,
I
I
do
do
it too.
that.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Don't
I
look
actually
at me
do
like
that.
that. You're like
movies
20,
Yeah, you can,
and
yeah.
you've said so many successful things this evening that I'm like, oh my God, I'm a fucking boomer. And now you're like judging me for renting YouTube movies.
We're just trying to keep up with you, man.
Not all of us could be Minecraft wizards at 9 years old. But no, I think it's going to become definitely the dominant platform. I really do see it being that way, and I'm not just saying that because Alex is up here and he works for YouTube. But it's like, I would let, you know what I think? It's going to become more educational too. I think that's going to be a really big thing. I think we're going to start going to...
Doesn't sound like with his content, though.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to throw up and milk a cow, go to the boys.
We've done
Or
neither
both
of
at the
those
same
things yet on the boys' channel. No, I personally.
For a video, milk a cow, but then drink the milk and then throw up.
Turn this off.
Sorry.
Okay, that's enough out of her. I think it'll crash and burn, and Vimeo will be the main platform. No, I'm just joking.
Mixer?
I think it's like video on demand is just rising, and YouTube's already had like a massive explosion of like growth over COVID, and it's just kind of like solidified itself as a video on demand platform. We've already got like movies and like
It's trying to take over streaming as well.
you see YouTube videos now that have like the budgets of like small TV shows and stuff, you know, with profit happening from that, and I think that's just gonna continue. I just, you know, TV is dead, you know what I mean? Like compared to all this sort of stuff. So, I mean, I just think it's growth from here on out. I still feel like it's early years, personally.
Well, I think maybe we should open up some questions to your very lovely fans who've turned up this afternoon. So if anyone has a question,
Panel's over, I'm out.
I
See ya.
believe we have some microphone people around, or maybe there's not microphone people.
My mic is still broken, so
I
I'm not
pressed some
answering
random
any of
buttons
those
on there,
questions. No,
sorry.
it's fine. Leave
No, I
it.
actually
leave it,
pressed
leave it.
random buttons.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Did I?
That
Oh,
way,
no.
then I don't have to answer any more questions.
We do have, I'm not looking at you. We have someone with a microphone here if anyone wants to ask a question of anyone on the panel. How many cows did Josh really milk?
It was one, and it was for a work trip so that we could like learn about that shit.
I think we've got someone over here.
Yeah, I milked it. Yeah, I did.
Did you drink any of the milk?
What?
Did you drink any of the milk?
Oh, I didn't drink the. Oh, I drank a little bit, I think. You're not supposed to.
Go ahead.
What is the Make-A-Wish incident of 2020?
Okay. If I answer this question, Molly, we're going to be taking applications for Molly's replacement. No, all right. Well, I'll be honest. The Make-A-Wish incident is. I can see Molly sweating from here.
Yeah,
the Molly,
I'll just mute this.
the Make-A-Wish kid, it's juicy, but we just didn't expect him to live this long. And now he's part of the crew. No, you'll never know. Stop asking. I knew that was going to be the first one. You don't want to know.
Yeah, no. I don't.
Nice. I think there's a question over here before, the guy in the light blue, maybe? No? Oh, yeah. I'd like the person behind Mully to ask a question,
I don't know
please.
what's happening.
Uh-oh, it's Rekid.
Oh, Jesus
What's
Christ.
he gonna ask?
What, Rekid?
No, that's
No.
not
Oh, isn't it? I can't see.
He had his hand
Oh, he's
up,
sitting next to
though.
him. He was walking towards him. Forget it.
I
All right.
can't see either, I'm blind.
Have you guys ever had a situation where just encountering fans where it's like, oh no, how do I approach this at all?
This one right now, as you're talking.
Yes, you can use me as the example if you would.
No. I know, you want to...
Well, I
Yes.
got a few, but I don't really know. There's been, I mean, look. How do I mean, one person did try and pick me up, which was really uncomfortable because I'm so short, but like, it was like a full, it's like, imagine if you were running the field to pick up a package and then run off with it. So I think there's been times where I've been like, yay, this is happening. But you just, I mean, you gotta be nice, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever had anyone try and pick you up, Josh?
Segue, nice. No, except for Molly. But
Hey, Daddy.
Uh-oh.
get that microphone off of that man right now. No, I think the ones where I'm really like, how do I approach this is when people are like, and it's not a bad thing because I really appreciate it, but when people are like really emotional and they're like, you have like
Yes.
changed my life, and I'm like, man, I don't know what I can say to like appease you. Here's a selfie and a hug, I guess. Like,
It does feel a bit conceited, doesn't it? To
I mean,
be like, yeah,
it's-
you're crying, here's a selfie.
yeah. I'm just like, I really appreciate that that's had that effect. But it's like, I don't know, it's like, I'm just a regular dude, so it's strange to feel that like
Yeah.
it has that much effect on people, pretty much, I guess.
No, I've seen like you all with fans outside, and it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
supernatural. I think you really appreciate, what they bring to you, and it's like a two-way relationship. Anybody else with a question?
I have a
Yeah,
question. Alex.
Uh-oh.
I have a quick question. I have the mic. It's my turn. Before I ask my question, can next time Amber does a panel, can someone get her a booster seat, please? Because the mic's just on her forehead the whole time. I have a question for Josh. Well, me and Eddie came up with this one.
Oh, great.
Uh-oh.
I just want to know when you're getting your dumb and play button because it doesn't look like it's happening this year.
Sooner than you.
I think that's the answer.
Sooner than both of you, actually.
Yours isn't coming in like 10 years, so you would stay mad at him.
Alright. Thanks, Molly.
Can I ask my question? Josh,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh-oh.
can you give me McDonald's after this? I'm hungry.
Yes, just give the microphone away. Yes.
All right, I think we've got someone up the back there who might actually be a fan.
Uh-oh. Is it juicy? Oh no, it's blue.
It's hard to see up here, you don't understand.
Do you ever feel awkward, like, talking to a camera? Ever?
Did at the start. How about you? Did you ever?
I
Because
still feel awkward talking to a camera.
Yeah.
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 I still find it difficult to make eye contact, so.
I especially looking down the barrel. Like you know how like how the cameras have like little pop-out screens sometimes.
Yeah.
I always find myself looking at that
Yeah, you always like looking
and
at.
like highly judging myself. I'm always feeling awkward in front of the camera.
It takes time, and like to a lot of aspiring like YouTubers and content creators and stuff, it really is kind of a thing that takes a while to get natural and kind of feel comfortable in front of a camera like that, because you're just like sitting in a. What the hell is that?
It's not his phone. Somebody's phone's just playing music.
They're just
Shut that shit off.
Wait, what song is it? Is it a banger? Ugh.
It does take time to like get comfortable in front of a camera. I think it's like the first
Yeah.
thing to overcome, really.
And also watching yourself back is really difficult too. I don't know
That
about you,
sucks.
but I found that so cringy to begin. And not in a bad way that I was like, oh, this is bad
No,
content.
I find it cringy watching your
But
stuff
I was
too.
like, I was watching you watch your own facial expressions and you're like, come on, why did you do that?
Mm.
So, yeah, it takes time.
Is that harder with like like video uploads as opposed to streaming, where streaming you can you're on screen, you can say something, but then you can just forget about it and keep going.
It's worse because at least if I'm watching an edit back, I can cut it out. But if it's live and I've done something, I'm like, it takes me a few seconds anyway for my brain to catch up to the thing that I've done, and then it's too late. You can't do anything about it.
You can't edit it out.
That's right.
You can't cut it out if you say something stupid.
You can't cut it out.
Like this panel.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this whole thing is hopefully going to just be cut out.
What's your favourite comment you've ever had on one of your videos?
Jordan?
I get a lot of comments from like 5-year-olds telling me that they're gonna marry me and have like 10 of my children and they're gonna find me. Like a lot. I get a lot of those comments. I had this one email from a kid, right? And they're like, I am 20. I will be your girlfriend. I'm very
convincing.
attractive. I will have lots of children. And then this message was sent by the county schools, whatever, email.
Uh-oh.
If this is not for you, please return the email. I'm
This
like,
is not for me.
like, this is a primary school kid. I get a lot of those kind of emails all the time. Like, I open my inbox, it's like, okay, delete.
Yeah. What about you, Amber?
I just get emails asking for my feet mainly. So, but yeah, I think I told you later. No. I think one of the funniest comments I ever got actually was somebody asking me if they could. I don't know if I can say that out loud on this panel. Actually.
Say it.
If they could buy my used gaming chair so that they could cut the fabric out and use it as a face mask. And
Yeah.
I think that I was like, well, it's creative, but yeah. Anyway, I sold my gaming chair for $50,000 actually.
Really?
Good money, good money.
There are so many disgusting comments over the years. It's really hard to find one that really stands out. I don't know. I just get a lot of comments being like, haha, when's the next Lord of the Rings coming out? You're a Smeagol.
Yep.
Are you writing these comments? You seem to
Yes.
find them pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. I'm going to have to scroll through my comments section, I guess.
That was a good question and some good answers. Anybody else? Yeah. I think
Do you enjoy your career?
Enjoy.
It's a dream career.
I love it.
Wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Highly recommend it.
I think it is important to note that it's a lot of work.
It is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because that's the flip side. It's definitely like the dream. I love it to bits, but you have to love it, I think.
You have to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can be isolating sometimes.
It's very isolating. There's a lot of mental pressure and stuff.
Yeah, the 10 out of 10. Why did you For those of you who don't know, we have a YouTube ranking system and it tells us like how good our video's doing. And it's awful when it's like 10 out of 10. And it's just like red arrow down, red arrow down.
Yeah, it rates it compared to the last 10 videos. So unlike everything else in life, 10 out of 10 on YouTube is bad. It's the
Yeah,
worst
it's
possible
not
thing
good.
because it means it is at the bottom of the last 10 videos. So if you have a 10 out of 10 everywhere else in life, that's great. Netflix ratings, that's great. YouTube video, bad.
Yeah.
Very depressing.
Which can be really tough, I think. That's
Yeah.
probably the hardest bit, being a creator. And YouTube will even tell you, like, YouTube thinks this video did badly because...
Yeah, you suck. You suck.
It's like a parent telling you they're disappointed in you, actually. Can
Yeah.
we maybe talk about that after?
Alex DMs me and says, you suck.
He's just straight up mean to you.
Yeah,
now.
very nasty.
He's the one writing the Smeagol comments.
Motherfucker.
True.
All right. So this one's targeted at Josh, but do you guys ever plan on getting a sixth boy?
No, my percentage is small enough as it is. No, we feel like there's obviously been like a lot of, people that have been put forward for that sort of thing, but we think that like having 5 people on a camera is a lot. It is like almost too much, and it's difficult for everyone to kind of show their personality in like a meaningful way when everyone's on camera. And I know that we don't always have everyone on camera because we live in different countries, but that is ideally what we want every video to be, all 5 of us showing all of our personalities and stuff like that. So no, applications are closed until Molly gets cancelled or something. That's, yeah, it's just the 5 of us.
Who moves first, Eddie and Narrator to Australia, or you guys to the States?
What's that?
Who moves country first? What is going on?
Wait, I can't just...
USA.
What was that?
Who moves country first, you and Molly to the US, or do the American boys come over here permanently?
Well, I mean, we kind of try and share it, like every 3 months. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's saying who's going to be the first to move.
Oh, it's the first to move. Oh, Jesus.
It's a hard question. It's fine. Don't hate
I don't know. I don't want to get shot, and they like shooting, so it's really difficult to kind of...
Not to mention, there are a lot of cows here.
Yeah, there are a lot of cows here.
Cows here.
So, I don't know. I love Australia, but you know, we've talked about doing like long trips over there and stuff, just like living in Eddie's basement, hanging out, eating enchiladas.
I'm glad I asked that question. It went really well.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else?
So this is aimed at Josh. Kind of going off the question that was just asked before. In a hypothetical world where there was going to be a 6th member, would it be Smashing or Rekid?
I think actually...
It'd be Eystreem at this stage. He's got a whole friggin' factory going on.
I'll make you kid friendly.
And
That's
they
not
use
gonna happen.
CPM will go
child
up.
labour, so it's cheaper for you guys, so that you lose less of your percentage.
Look, in a hypothetical world, I don't know. I honestly, yeah, no,
Surely you'd get a they, them, you know?
probably like the Japanese restaurant owner that appeared in a couple of videos.
Yes!
Or Hasbulla. He made,
Yeah, you wouldn't
he
be able
fit
to
the bill
understand
pretty
a word
well.
that he says, but he would fit perfectly.
Nah, it's really one of those things where honestly, I never even thought about making a choice like that, so I'm not going to answer.
Josh, this one's for you.
Oh, give me a break. All right.
Do you reckon you will receive leg extensions because of your height?
I've looked into it, and apparently it's not a business expense. So
Could you do it for a boys' video, though?
This
Josh
is-
gets
this-
leg extension surgery.
can you shut your goddamn... I can't remember the question. No, I'm not getting friggin' leg extensions. Leave me alone. What's wrong with you people?
All right, if we have maybe one more question.
Hey, how often do you bench videos, and how do you balance creativity and productivity?
Well, I'm probably a little bit different to these guys, 'cause I've been doing it for a really, really long time now. So I only work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, which is probably a bit shocking to a lot of the creators, because I suppose a lot of people are like, oh, like the best thing about being a creator is you can work whenever you want. I found that I was working too much, so I like put like time limits. With videos and creativity, it's really tough because we do a lot of videos a week. So, I mean, we kind of. So I have a couple of people who I work with in our ideas team, and we'll sit there for usually a day or two at the start of each week, and we'll just kind of like just come up, and we'll come up with like 100, 200 titles, and then we'll like slowly one by one whittle them down. And it'll just be like, whatever you could think of you want to do in Minecraft, we'll do it. It's kind of like what you guys do, but we're like, with Minecraft, if we want to do something in Minecraft, we have to like, can Minecraft even do that? Is like the main question. So we usually sit down and we'll come up with a bunch of ideas. And then I kind of like put in kind of limits for myself to like make sure that I don't get burnt out creatively. So I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to do more than this amount of work today. And I'm like, okay, well, once I'm like, even if I need to find like 5 ideas, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to do ideas for like 3 hours and then stop. I suppose for creativity, like just doing lots of other stuff outside of work was really helpful. Because now I just kind of grab things from conversation
Agree.
and turn it into ideas. Like
Yeah.
if you just do YouTube all the time, then you run out of ideas pretty quick.
Yeah, I agree with like watching other media and stuff like that is a good way to actually, come up with new ideas and stuff.
Awesome. Well, thank you all. Amber, Josh, Jordan, thanks so much for taking part in the YouTube Creator Panel this afternoon. I reckon we should give them a final round of applause.
Can I add one more thing? One more thing. It's just that it's quality materials such as the one I'm wearing can be found at the Boys Store.
Actually,
Failing that, there is a boys merch store which is like 15 paces out the front of that thing, and that's it. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Amber, what do you need to plug?
What do I need to plug?
Yeah, meet up.
Subscribe to the girls. Subscribe to the girls.
It's simple.
Panel tomorrow with the girls. What time?
Your panel
Your panel tomorrow?
I don't know. I've got ADHD. Why are you asking me? I think it's at 6 here in this I don't know, man.
Oh, that's right. The boys have all of us are going to be upstage.
No, he was asking me this.
Yeah, I know, but I just forgot to say my thing. We have a panel tomorrow as well.
Yes.
Jordan?
Yeah, I have a couple of panels tomorrow. If anyone is interested in I have a meet and greet in the afternoon, but if anyone's interested in learning, if you actually want to become a YouTuber as your career, 2 panels tomorrow, which I think would be really great to show up to.
Awesome. Thanks all of you.
Good shit. Good shit. It's like we're shaking hands inadvertently then.
Thank you.
Can we go now?
You can
Yeah,
go
I
now.
really got to pee.
Good job, Alex. Love your work.
Thanks, Josh.